Hello there. Welcome to the basement. I do believe it's going to be a fun one tonight. There's a lot to talk about. A lot to talk about. And so we shall. Look for that. Sit back, relax, grab yourself something to sip on, light yourself something to smoke on. Sit back, relax. Because this is the Saturday Night Show. Hello, welcome to the basement and to the Saturday Night Chill. As you can see right there, obviously I am your host chilling in the basement. Given name, AA Realm, if you want to know, if you care. Lots and lots to talk about. We've got stuff being shelved because of the writer's strike already. We have our first, not 100% officially confirmed, but confirmed casting for the Fantastic Four. And of course, I went and saw Guardians 3 today, so we're going to talk about the Guardians movie as well. I hope everybody had a good week. Those of you who have yet to show up. And of course, those of you who are kind enough to watch this on the replay. I hope everyone had a good week, or at a minimum, a good Saturday. It was a pretty okay week here in the basement. Abruptness thing. Oh, speaking of abrupt endings, I had no idea that song was going to end right there for me to drop that line in, but that was pretty fucking cool. It worked out that way, I gotta say. And today is Saturday, right? I'm not just like dreaming or something. Oh well, it's aight. The weather's warming up. People are finding bonfires and shit to do, so it's a risk you take when you do Saturday night shows. No big deal. chill for a wee bit here. See if anything's going to happen, or if I'm going to just talk to the camera. Hi, camera. Yes, and I'm not ashamed to say it. If you bothered to watch my short that I got right to the theater, I brought this little guy with me. He was in the theater in my lap. I ain't ashamed to say it. That movie was intense. That's all I'm going to say about it for now. But I I wasn't expecting that. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but it was a bit of a surprise, kind of a welcome one, actually, considering the way things have been from Marvel for a couple years now. So it was refreshing, I must say. There was something else that I heard about that I'm starting Googling right now. Just out of desperation. But it was a short one. It was a perky little tune. I just hope you guys can hear it as well as I can. It's fun. Well, just kind of messing around right now, but not for too much longer, because eventually I have to. Here's somebody. Hey, Alan. How you doing, bud? Did you have a good week? Good Saturday? Anything fun? Hopefully nothing super shitty. And have you seen Guardians yet? If you have, drop a 1 to 10 number in the chat for me. We'll go into detail later. But for now, what you think? Or have you seen it? And if you have, what you think? I'm throwing an 8 at it, originally. We'll get into the whys and wherefores later on. So as I lit a cigarette, so any second. Weird. Did that just blink for you? Anyway. Great so far. Saw Guardians 3, loved it. 9 out of 10. Nice. Nice. Yeah, we're going to be doing a quite spoilery discussion later. But I got a couple other things I want to talk about first. And, if I'm going to be forcing people out, I'd rather talk to them about other shit before I freak people out with spoilers and make them want to go away. My audio and video are out of sync. Well, all right. Try a couple things here. All right. Let me know if anything I just tried helps, please. Are we synced back up? You don't understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? Are they matching, or am I in a 70s karate movie right now? I'm not gonna lie. If nothing I did helped, then it's gonna be a 70s karate movie stream. Because honestly, I don't know what else I can do. Better now? All right, good. I'm not gonna lie. I probably lucked into that, but I'll take it. Well, I'm glad you had a great week so far. I'm glad you loved Guardians. I'm hoping that's the case with a lot more people than it's been with Marvel products lately. So, but I got a couple other tidbits to deal with first. And you know what? Instead of just repeating that endlessly, let's start with something I found interesting. And something a subject I have found interesting since I knew it was going to be a subject. The writer's strike, the WGA, has been on strike since Tuesday. Daily scheduled shows, late night shows, Saturday Night Live, those are all hit already. They already canceled tonight, Saturday Night Live. Late night shows are going to be done within the next couple days. Game shows and your soap operas or serials or your stories, whatever you want to call them. Those have got maybe a month buffer, give or take. Those are going to start falling off. We're going to start getting a lot of repeats. Now, that is not going to be, if you're like me and you watch the only broadcast television you really watch is for fucking sports and, well, for me, Jeopardy. I'm not finding the hits on network TV to be so much a bummer, other than Jeopardy. But then again, it's not like I can't be told the same thing 3 or 4 times from Jeopardy, and hopefully I'll eventually remember it anyway. So that'd be kind of cool. That won't bother me a bit. Now, even though it's generally when it's not till strikes are protracted. Speaking English for 45 years at all. But yeah, generally it's not till strikes are going for a couple 3 months before theater projects start getting hit. Now, anything that's already started filming is safe. Those scripts have been done. If they need punching up or fixing, then that's going to have to be done by the director, producer, or somebody like that. Although, since the Directors Guild, I believe, is next up after the Writers Guild, I don't see any directors being very hopeful with that kind of stuff either. So it's going to be have to somebody not it's going to be have to be Jesus. It's going to have to be somebody outside of the guild, and who the hell knows what that's going to end up looking like in the theater. But the MCU has already been forced to shelve a project. And it's a project that's already seen a fair amount of turbulence to this point, even before the guild strike, and that is Blade. Blade has been officially shelved until the writer's strike is over. Pre-production has been halted. Actors and crew and all that stuff have been let know that filming is no longer going to start next month in Atlanta as scheduled. So, after all the drama that movie's been through, now this. Kind of a bummer, especially because I love the Wesley Snipes Blade movies. So and I'm also, through various projects I've seen him in, I've also come to be a big fan of Mahershala Ali. So I was definitely looking forward, hell yeah, Ellen. I was definitely looking forward to see the MCU version of Blade, because I love the character and I love the actor that wants to do him. And it's Mahershala Ali's the one that came to Marvel and was like, bro, You need to make a Blade movie with me. So, but then they had, the first script, which Mahershala did not like. So they brought in another guy whose name I can't recall. And then now they've brought in the, I'm brain farting, but they brought in yet another new writer who had just started punching up the second rewrite and then strike. So, yeah, Blade is on the shelf officially for now. Cheers to Blade. Yeah, I was definitely looking forward to the new Blade movie. I was looking forward to, yeah, they really haven't gotten too much into the supernatural element of Marvel. At least not in the MCU. Sony tried, and they morbed twice. So, Blade, I'm like, consider watching. Oh, hey, Brooke, how you doing? I consider watching. Yes, I mean those. It's going all right, man. How are you? How was your week? How's your day? How's work? Busy day. Went to a few places. Seems like you're always running on Saturdays, Britt. Seems like you are always running on Saturdays. I mean, it's the weekend. That's when most of us do our running. But I'm just saying, though, you stay fucking active, dude. Not that there's anything wrong with that at all. I'm assuming you're younger than me, probably by a bit. So, because I remember when I had the energy to do that stuff 15 or so years ago. Actually, it's more like 10. Been enjoying TNG, just 2 episodes a day. We're finished. Oh, you finished the big project. How'd it go? Yeah, groceries. I'm doing that tomorrow. Well, how'd that project end up going? How was that? Was your boss satisfied? Visit the family, had lunch. I'm gonna guess you had seafood for lunch of some type. Can't believe I just made it through a whole cigarette and just didn't pop in and start yelling at me. My chef needed fix was basically done. Nice. Good on you, bro. Nice job. So did you catch yeah, you did. Actually, a Chick-fil-A. Oh, nice. Yum yums. But yeah, TNG's dope. Yeah, that's a bummer about Blade though, and yet, like for me, the older Blade movies. Why can't I fucking talk tonight? Jeez. For me, the older Blade movies are ones I can like. When you're sitting there, you're like, "What the fuck am I gonna watch? I want to watch something, and it doesn't need to be like earth-shattering. It just needs to be dope." Blade fits that bill most of the time. I will say I've been on a Predator and Alien kick lately, though. Yeah. All right. Good. So you'll be sticking around for the spoiler talk. So will Alan. He's seen it. He loved it. He gave it a 9. I give it an 8. What about you? Out of 10. What do you got going on? Oh, when I thought. Yeah, we'll talk about it later. But let's just say there was a couple scenes where I was leaking. Like I ain't too ashamed to admit it. Like literal tears were rolling. It was happening. If Pablo Hidalgo had been there, he probably would have given me shit too. He's the one that gave Theory 8.5 or 9. Nice. He's the one. If you don't know what I'm talking about, he's the one that gave Theory crap for crying when Luke showed up at the end of Mando season 2. So that was a whole thing. I mean, that was really douchey of him. But yeah, Guardians was. I give it an 8. Solid 8 for sure. Not like a maybe an 8, no, definitely a solid 8. Maybe pushing an 8.5, but for sure a solid 8. Excuse me. But yeah, so Blade is on the shelf. That's one of the ones I've been like really, really looking forward to since they announced it. However fucking long ago that was, like 2 years, didn't they announce it in like 21 sometime? Or even earlier? They announced it during the pandemic? I'm not sure. It may have been. It may have been in the works for that fucking long. Holy crap! But yeah, like like I said, I love the Snipes movies. I will be honest. I never really read any of the Dark Horse comics or Marvel. I mean, obviously the Marvel character, but I know he spent some time in Dark Horse too. Um, but yeah, I never really read the comics, but the movies are freaking dope, and I definitely would love to see more of that. And so therefore, bummed. Yeah, High Evolutionary was he was a I like a Chickwoody Iwuji, I think is his name. Chickwoody Iwuji. Yeah, he did damn good as the High Evolutionary for sure. Expectations for name of season 3 too high. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Mando was, especially comparatively to the compared to the previous two seasons, it was definitely a bummer. And even if I hadn't seen the first two seasons, it would have been kind of a bit of a bummer, actually. I mean, it definitely had a lot of good moments. Unfortunately, there weren't enough of the really good moments strung together. There was a whole lot of fluff in there. So yeah, I mean, I don't. It wasn't bad. Like it wasn't bad. It was good, but we've seen it have the capability to be great. So it's the. I guess that's the super compact take. Is it should have been better, and there's no reason not to expect that, given what they've given us before. Weekend with play. Trailer for Marvel. Yep. Yeah, I'm still not. Nothing about that trailer made me go woohoo. I can tell you that. Not the first time I saw it. Not seeing it in the theater on a big screen, like what it'll look like in November. Nothing super woohoo about it. I'm way more excited for Secret Invasion, honestly, and I'm really, 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 really hoping that Secret Invasion can do what it's definitely capable of doing, and what I think it probably will do, which is reinvigorate reinvigorate Marvel on Disney Plus, because it needs it pretty bad. I think if Guardians wasn't peak Marvel this year, Across the Spider Verse will be the peak Marvel for the year next month, and that and the Flash both come out next month. So we're gonna have a lot to talk about next month too. It's gonna be fun, fun, big fun, big fun. I mean, much as I'd like to talk about Blade some more, there's not a whole lot to talk about other than like, damn it, it's shelved, and that really fucking sucks. And I hope the writers' strike does not go on too long, and not because I'm like rooting for either side. Although, if I'm forced to pick one, I'm going to go with the writers. Um, but like, if we'd have been coming off a strong content, it wouldn't be it wouldn't I wouldn't be as worried about the potential ramifications of a longer strike. But we haven't been getting a lot of strong content. We've been getting a lot of mid to content. So yeah, writer strike is pretty fucking worrying for me, especially like I say if it's protracted, which um, it's looking like it's going to be. The studios seem like they have no desire to budge at all. Um, I mean, the offer and counter offer were so insanely far apart. It's it like the Writers Guild, and don't freak out about the numbers, because I mean, is the Writers Guild the number I'm about to say for the Writers Guild a little inflated, possibly, but the number I'm going to tell you for that the studios came back with was just in fucking insanely stupid. So the Writers Guild wanted like 430 some $1 million contract, and the studios came back with 87. Ruminate on that for a second. It says, "Can see the Flash in theater?" Yes, I am. I am as well. There's a Miller's controversial and ship. I mean, you know what? So far as, and I will answer your question in just a second, Alan, but I want to deal with this Ezra Miller shit just real quick. Um, I am going to see the Flash, not because I think Ezra Miller's innocent or being treated like crap. I'm not going to see the Flash because I like what Warner Brothers has done with DC by any stretch lately. Um, at least in the live action side. Matter of fact, I think I'm gonna make a video about this premise. I've been thinking about this for a couple days. You guys might see a video next week. It won't be newsy. It's just going to be basically an opinion piece, but I think it's an interesting premise, and I've been thinking about it for a couple days. So I'm going to make that. Anyway, um, I'm going to see it for all the people whose name come in the credits after the cast. That's who I'm going to see it for. Like, I don't give a fat damn about their bosses. I don't give a fat damn really about the people they're helping make look good on the screen. They're the ones I'm going to see that movie in the theater for. And of course, for this channel. Because I mean, it's the Flash. It's comic book, it's nerdy. And again, all the buzz is like this is good. It's supposed to be a super duper badass movie. So also I want to see if it's going to live up to the hype. But that is why I'm going to see it despite how I feel about Ezra Miller and Warner Brothers in general currently. For all the people that help make them look good. That's what I'm going for. Now, as for Visions, I've watched the only Visions I watched at with Josh's watch party on Thursday night. So that was episodes 1, 2, 5. Was there a fourth one? Definitely at least 1, 2, and 5. And I really, really enjoyed those, especially 1 and 5. Those were super dope. But I have to watch the rest of the episodes. I'm specifically going to watch, I believe, the 3rd episode with my wife because she fucking loves Wallace and Gromit. And since it's for that, and since that's the studio that made that one, and you can tell just by looking at the thumbnail on Disney Plus, the style of the animation. So I'm gonna watch that one specifically with her and also for her. We'll see if, yeah, I mean, yeah, Alan. I love the fact that and it looks like they made him look fucking badass in those trailers too. Like I'm very much down for Michael Keaton's Batman. Yeah, Brooke. I didn't watch the first Shazam. I never had interest in that character at all. Um, and I definitely had less interest in the second one. So, I mean, in the comics, he's probably a cool character, but it's just that's not one of the characters I would have brought onto the big screen personally. Like, I'll be honest, I really don't know diddly do about him in comics at all. Um, on the surface, it looks like he's been part of some massive storylines and done some stuff, which is cool and all, but I just never had interested in seeing that translated to live action whatsoever. Like, honestly, those movies seem more like a James Gunn kind of movie. Black Adam was pretty okay. Black Adam. As a straight up, I don't give a fat fuck about anything other than kick ass action. Yes, Black Adam was damn cool for that. If you wanted anything besides like dope visual effects and dope fight scenes, you really weren't going to find it in that movie. But yeah, if all you're in the mood for is just straight up visual eye candy and badass fights, that movie definitely is for that. For sure. I mean, I might even watch it again someday. I've almost watched it a second time a couple of times just for because I was in the mood for exactly that. But then I thought of better options, so I didn't. No, the kick I've actually been on so far as movie watching lately, I've been watching Predator and Alien movies. Like randomly, like one night earlier this week, I decided to watch the original Predator from 1987. Fucking classic, bro. So classic. I mean obviously it's like 80s action movie. It's got the usual 80s action movie cheese in it, but the first Predator is still just insofar, especially considering when it was made, it led in the Predator effects, and it was just a dope ass action movie, and it's held up high in sci-fi for a reason. The concepts are fucking great. And then, of course, as I watched more Predators, ended up watching both PVA movies, AVP movies. Yeah, AVP. The first one and Requiem. And then I was like, yeah, fucking Xenomorphs are dope too. And it turns out that if you want to watch that, both the uh, both Predator and Alien franchises in like chronological order as they happen, like in a straight timeline, you have to start with the original Predator and then watch the two AVP movies because those are all set in our modern times, and all the regular like actual Alien movies are set way in the future. Well, not way in the future. Prometheus is set in 2095, and we're obviously not going to make that. But yeah, 1979 Alien film is pretty great. Yes, definitely a badass sci-fi horror film. Yeah, the Xenomorphs. If I ever saw a Xenomorph, like I would probably just like evacuate everything in my bladder and intestines and then die of a heart attack. Um, like the performance from Arnold and Carl Weathers. Yeah, I mean it was it was your typical one-liner, over-the-top stuff, but it was great. It was fucking great. Yes, the '80s were big on action, sci-fi, and fantasy films. Um, I actually think we're going to start seeing, maybe not super soon, but there's going to be a shift in the nerddom. I feel more towards pure sci-fi and maybe even a little fantasy. Although I don't know how well fantasy is going to do given how poorly D&D did. So, but like straight up sci-fi along the veins of like Alien, Predator, and some of the shows that are out there on streaming services like The Expanse and stuff. I think uh, I think there's going to be a shift away from the comic book stuff and back into straight sci-fi slowly. Um, Although I think is going to get a big kick in the ass when Prime starts busting out the Stargate stuff. Now, I say that because I'm biased because I fucking love Stargate, but um, it's a dope ass franchise, and if Amazon and MGM do it right, it's going to make a humongous splash in the nerd community, and people are going to be talking about it. And I'm definitely going to be one of them because, like I said, all over that shit. Yes, the original Alien films are set like like 2, 3, 400 years in the future from now even. Like the next one I'm due out to watch is actually no, it's not. It's the sequel to Prometheus. Then it'll be the original 1979 Alien. I saw the xenomorphs. I just run or except my face closed my eyes. It was just super brutal. Yeah, I would be dope to see more modern films like the original Alien. Um, I mean, even in the nerdy stuff we have now, there's starting to be starting to become a trend towards the darker and the grittier side. Um, it's coming a little slowly in some areas, in my opinion. Looking at you, Phase 4. Yeah. Um, I mean, Prometheus definitely wasn't perfect. I thought it was really good. Um, Fassbender kicked ass as David, for sure. Um, yeah, I just really enjoyed it. I like the concept of the engineers a lot. I think that's pretty dope. Isn't it kind of funny how like in a lot of sci-fi, um, we end up being created by like higher advanced species. They just came in here and messed with our molten soup, as it were, in the formation, or did something, and then poof, here we are. How do I feel about Star Trek? I love Star Trek. I grew up watching repeats of the original series when I was a kid. And then when I was what? When did TNG come out? 88, 87. I was in junior high, I think, when TNG came out, and I watched that a lot growing up as well. So, um, and then later on, I watched DS9 and Voyager on Netflix. I have not watched any of the new Trek though, not because I don't like it, except for Picard. But I fucking love Patrick Stewart. And it's not because I don't like it, not because of what I've heard about it. I just never got around to it. But yeah, overall, it's like my three favorite IP literally all have star in the title: Star Wars, Star Trek, Stargate. Not necessarily in that order, especially now. But yeah, mine are my. I have stars in all my favorite IPs. Favorite years of Deep Space Nine. Yeah, Deep Space Nine was. I'm still a TNG guy though. Like that's just Patrick Stewart and crew are just the best. And if you're any kind of TNG fan at all, you need to watch Picard season 3 because it is amazing on multiple levels. At least I found it so. It's interesting how many sci-fi films or books kind of show the negative implications of advancing tech through trans. Oh yeah, for sure. Oh yeah, no. Every time I see an article about like the new dope shit AI is doing, I'm like, yeah, it's kind of. Or later on in the series, Legion, both of them AIs that gain sentience and are like, you know what? People aren't gonna like that. We're our own thing, so let's just fucking kill them all. Alan, right now it could be that, but that's just completely recency bias if it is, because I love fucking Picard season 3. Stargate hasn't had anything new on any screen in like a decade. And, well, we all know what Disney has done with Star Wars lately. So, yeah, you're probably right, at least for now. Um, like I said, if Amazon gets their poop in a group, the heck could change. Yeah. Oh, matter of fact, Brooke, I don't know if you've seen this. Speaking of the AI race, the dude that created it for Google has come out like officially in some kind of article and been like, yeah, that's a boo boo. We need to slow this shit down. Like, and that's AI is huge. Like, it's a huge thing. It's there. You got to see my titties about. So congratulations. Um, like that's one of the big sticking points in the writers' strike too. The writers, well, the writers number one want to make sure they have some kind of future. Number two, they, damn, excuse me, but yeah, they want to make sure that they aren't going to be completely replaced with AI. One of their big things is that if they come up with a story and sell the story, that the studio isn't just going to turn around and feed their story into an AI to turn it into some kind of project, and then you know just leave them there with the story bought and paid for, and not get to enjoy any of the results of said story. Basically, it comes down to residuals. Writers want residuals, even if they didn't do anything more than come up with a concept that they tossed into the AI. But that makes sense because it was their concept to begin with. Just because the studio took that concept and refined it with AI, which is, by the way, what they do with people right now too. They'll take a script, look at it, and then hire other people to shred it and punch it up, or completely rewrite it. Even obviously, we were just talking about how that happened with Blade earlier. Um, so yeah, the writers want to make sure if they come up with a story, they're going to get their just desserts if that story is successful, and I don't blame them. Hinton, yes, thank you. Um, I mean, it could be. On the other hand, I haven't really seen. I mean, I haven't been looking that hard, real talk, but I haven't seen anything like when that article came out. That one, I think, popped up on like 3 or 4 by different feeds that I check on, and so, but other than that, I haven't really seen anything saying that Google is falling off since he's left. So, I mean, we'll see. Like I said, I haven't been looking that hard either, so I may have missed it. But yeah, if AI keeps progressing, I think the closer it gets to being actual Skynet, I think you'll see. And this is if, obviously, this is all just pure speculation. But I think you'd see at least a shift in. I think you'll see somewhat of a closing of what are now humongous societal gaps, um, i.e., the culture war. If because AI could very easily get to a point where it'll just freak everyone the fuck out, no matter what else they care about, and that could be a somewhat of a uniting factor later on down the road, much later on down the road, probably, hopefully. Um, I mean, not that I don't think like the culture war is completely over the top and fucking stupid, but I really don't want like literal Terminator scenarios to be the uniting factor. I would prefer it to be something less apocalyptic. You know? Yeah, yeah, you're right. It probably will make it at least somewhat easier for others to catch up. I don't think Hinton himself will be helping anybody, though. Number one, obviously, he is already freaked out about his creation, and number two, he probably got like a humongous Harris. What up, everyone? This is Harris. He's a regular on the Sidetrack channel that I actually get to go back on tomorrow. Half an hour from the house. Stream's going pretty good, man. How you doing? How was the thing? Did you get in anybody's ass about Stargate? Yeah. Hey, money talks, man. That's what it always fucking boils down to. Yeah, did you get any tea? Did you get those people from Amazon's ass? Come on, man. Tell me you were able to whip out some of that Texas charm and get us something. What was I saying? Oh yeah, Hinton probably had a non-compete anyway. So even if he was willing to work on AI more, I don't think he could fucking I don't think he could do it anywhere but Google. Probably for how long did he leave Google? A year or two? I mean, from what little I understand, non-competes are good for like 5 or so years generally. So Harris, you would know more about that, LA guy. They had another event, so they paraded them out. Well, fucking bitches. That's a bunch of shit. But other than that, how was the show? Was it cool? Did you see anything cool on or off the screen? I see the interview between Musk and Carl. You talking Tucker Carlson? No, I actively avoid watching anything with that Yahoo in it. Google's co-founder Larry Page wanted to build some sort of digital god of AI. I mean, wouldn't surprise me. I mean, these companies don't get founded by people with a lack of vision. So, I mean, some of them have to have like, some kind of ultimate dream scenario that they're working towards, whether it's realistically achievable or not. They're definitely at least going to try because those are the people that found and run these kinds of companies. They've got that in them. So yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if that was something that Larry Page wanted to do. Here's what I find the ironic thing, though. Musk is freaked out about AI, but he literally wants to put something in our fucking brains that, while granted would be super, like, it'd be super cool to it'd be super good. It'd be super cool to be able to control like our lives just with a thought or what have you. But on the other hand, at least in the AI scenario, the machine isn't already in your head. Like that freaks me out. That Neuralink shit that freaks me out way the fuck more. I mean, phones get hacked all the time. Government fucking servers get hacked all the time. I don't want to get hacked. I mean, think about it. If the Neuralink chip in there, someone could literally hack you and take you over. Fuck that. Give me an AI driven gunship to try and dodge. Keep that mess out my brain. We'd basically be clone troopers at that point with inhibitor chips. Just waiting for Elon to execute Order 66. I don't want that motherfucker being Palpatine. Sorry, I itchy. Oh, I mean, yeah, it's going to take a lot of testing before the mainstream. It's going to be like, honestly, I think I don't even know if Elon's going to be alive to see Neuralink actually happen. Just because of how freaky that prospect is. But that's just pure That's just pure supposition on my point. I ain't even gonna lie. That's 100% speculation. Now, if it was something not directly implanted, like if there wasn't a plug in, so to speak, it'd be cool. Like if it just, I mean, obviously, even a technology like in a headband or whatever could be manipulated too. But at least if you were able to fight it long enough, you could toss the headband off. If the chip's in there, it's not like you're going to be able to go. It's not like you're going to be able to be like in a Saw movie and just start drilling and yank that fucker out or some shit. You know. This guy's ideas for tons of crazy projects. Kind of really wants to build a supersonic electric. Yeah, I mean, yeah, yeah. Imagine being able to cross a continent in the time it takes to maybe drive from, one city to another in the same state. Hell yeah, that needs to be dealt with. Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. So far as concepts go, it's a dope concept. The idea of being able to just like, boop, okay, I want that done. Boop, okay, that's done. Boop, think about it, and that gets done. I mean, that is freaking cool. But the way it could be potentially manipulated for bad things is just huge right now. Like, again, like we could literally be hacked and be completely out of control of our own bodies. Harris, if you're still listening, at least it'd almost be like a chip version of the Go Old if it got hacked. We'd basically be a host. Yes, Concord. Yep. Yeah, I mean, the Concorde was definitely a thing for a while. I mean, the main thing about the supersonic jets is the altitude they were able to achieve, as well as their speed, because those puppies, and commercial jets still don't do this. Though the Concorde and planes of that ilk went up so high, you could literally see the curvature of the Earth looking out the window. So suck on that one, flat earthers. Go for a ride in a Concorde. Find some old footage of looking out of Concorde, and the Earth has a curve. You fucking nut jobs. I'm feeling a little frisky tonight. I don't know why. NASA and Lockheed are working on super subject without creating a sonic boom. It's called X59. Oh, I was that actually set off a little bell. I'm like, X. Why do I know that? Stargate had brought in a fighter plane called the X-23, which was a blend of um, a gold death glider, and our own technology. Let's just say the first test didn't go well. Right, Harris, if you're still listening. So, I mean, that's kind of dope. They're calling it the X-59, but the reason I find it dope is due completely to my love of Stargate. Ooh. Looking to be about that time. I'm not going anywhere. I just don't need YouTube fucking with me. Soviet MiG-25 and 31 interceptors off the cable, flying the space while being able to fly around a Mach 3. I'll take your word on that one, bro. I have no idea. I mean, obviously, I've heard of Miggs. Who hasn't heard of Miggs? Who watched any kind of action movie in the '80s? Justin, what up, man? We're actually bullshitting about um AI and Neuralink, and just we're doing our usual going off topic thing that we do. Um, and all we've really talked about is the fact that the Blade movie is on the shelf thanks to the writer's strike, and then we talked about some of the details stuff about what the writers want, which of course they want job security in the face of AI. So then we started talking about AI, and then Brooke brought up Elon, and so I started blathering about how much like Neuralink can fuck off and why. Um, but yeah, it's been more of tech. It's been more geekiness, I think, than nerdiness with all the tech talk. But that's been it so far for now, man. How you been doing? How'd your stream go today? I went and saw Guardians 3 while you were streaming, so obviously I couldn't join. Have you gone to see that yet? Yeah, they definitely need to slow that shizzle down. Faux show. Oh, side note. I've been, I've been using Stream Beats by Harris Heller because Josh mentioned it, and I found all kinds of dope shit that Harris did. When I was looking for stuff for the stream for tonight, I happened across the album that all of Josh's shit is on. I know exactly which one it is. I could rip him off at any time now, should I so choose. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm a give credit where credit's due kind of person, and yeah, the MiGs were some dope looking jets. Not a fan of the creators, obviously, but I mean, credit to the designers. Yeah, well, I mean, Josh is literally, I've come to the conclusion that Josh is literally our Tony Stark. He's very much a futurist. He's very much about um, having things be a specific way, not only just for like his own life and business, but like in the shit that he wants to enjoy, i.e., Marvel, Star Wars, DC, blah 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 blah. Yeah, Josh is definitely a futurist like Tony. So yeah, I'm not surprised he's all about AI, at least to this point. Josh is a bit pro AI, but he also well, yeah. I mean, he's not like he is definitely willing to like go with the obvious and facts and shit. Like he definitely can see both sides for sure. But he's definitely more of a fan of it than others I've seen on YouTube and on Twitter and stuff. Obviously, I think he feels a little bit better about it than the Writers Guild does right now. Played Survivor. The way they made that game and released not finished is so annoying. It, so how's it not finished, bro? Like I haven't watched anyone um, game that, or I haven't watched anyone stream that in a minute, so I don't know what's going on with it. Crazy how Theory finished Survivor main story in like 4 days. Well, when you're streaming 8 to 11 hours at a clip, like he literally did an 11-hour stream, like his second or third day. Like, honestly, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know how the hell this girl puts up with all that shit. Like my wife is super duper supportive of this, but I mean, unless I'm doing it for charity, I don't know how down she'd be for me doing an 11-hour fucking stream. I mean, it would really all depend on what the hell's going on. But I mean, that 8 to 11 hour streams day after day after day is a serious fucking ask. Crash 3 times today, sometimes a time. Damn, that sucks, bro. Is that like are more people having those issues than not? I guess is the best way to ask that question. Because like when I've watched people stream it, the game itself looks dope AF. Like it looks badass. If you was making theory money, I think. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think that she'd be willing to put up with a bit more at that point. Probably. And she's other reviews on Steam are super telling. Okay, I mean she's a pretty grounded lady. Like I mean, obviously all of us would enjoy like nice expensive dope ass things, but um that's not a necessity for her, which I greatly appreciate because I don't have a degree, so I can't. I'm never going to be a baller unless I win the lottery. Now, Justin, are those the reviews for all versions, or more PC, or more console, or like what's the story with that? Or are some versions working better on their are not versions are some platforms working better than others? I guess that'd be the appropriate question. Oh, good. I'm glad you found a good setting. Like real talk, when I finally do get my rig, your ass gonna have to come up here and help me set it up. Like that, no joke. That's like no cap on that. That's real talk. I'm gonna need your help desperately, my man. I think Terry went on late night drive. Yeah, I heard about that one. I haven't gone back and watched that though, but yeah, I actually have seen him. I actually have seen a video of it. Did he a video he did driving the Lambo to where was it? Arby's, maybe some kind of fast food joint. So I've seen him do a video in the Lambo before. And I can't even lie about it. Just listening to that engine, even through that, was uh, 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 uh. When it released, it was everyone. They did an update that made it worse for PC. Whoopsie. We're gonna send you a patch. I mean, we're gonna send you razors and cut it up some more. That's that's whack, dude. Like real talk though. I mean, obviously, Theory's a grinder. He has been and has to be still to have the amount of subs he has. But honestly, I would that is seriously dumb that they released it like that, Justin. That's facts. Total facts. But then again, it's Lucasfilm working with or LucasArts working with EA, and we all know what kind of state Lucas is in right now. But yeah, I mean, if I had Theory's bank, I would probably spend like, maybe I would probably not do gaming streams for, double digit hours. Might want to spend a little more time with my lady showing her my lightsaber tricks. You know what I'm saying? Show her how expert I am in twirling my saber. Two bad companies coming together. Yeah. And there's a great example of two wrongs don't make a right. All right. I actually had three things in my title, and we've talked about one so far. So I think we can all agree that the writer strike forcing Blade to go on the shelf is a fucking bummer, and it sucks. I think everyone, literally everyone, could agree on that. Or there's some rumor new Star Wars FPS. I mean, as long as it's better than Battlefront. Right? I mean, I would do something like that for like, some kind of charitable something to help out a community member or like a dope cause I believed in or something like that. But yeah, just to I wouldn't do a stream that long just to fucking do it. There would have to be like definitely like a goal or a reason or something like that. Now, I mean, obviously, you guys know I love streaming. I average 2 hours a stream, so it's not like Obviously, I don't have anything against streaming for a while, but yeah, that's 11 hours is just knucking futs, man. Brooke, I will get to that, but there's one thing I want to talk about before we get into the whole Guardians thing. And Justin, real quick, have you fucking gone to see that yet? But exactly, totally for charity. Have you seen Guardians? Oh yes, the reflector is back. Saw it yesterday. Oh, nice. Cool. Well, we will get into that, but there's just this one thing I want to talk about quick first. And that is this. It would appear we have our official Reed Richards casting for the Fantastic Four. And I'm going to go ahead and say it's official because literally the only people that haven't announced it are Marvel. Like every solid scooper and insider pretty much is like, it's done, it's signed, he's in. And it's Adam Driver, yo. Kylo's getting out the mask and switching sides to be a good guy. Which is actually kind of funny because Jason Momoa, as I saw in a preview, is the bad guy for Fast X. And he actually looked pretty good playing a psycho. Side note. But yes, it's basically official. Adam Driver is going to be Reed Richards. Obviously, we know Josh will dig that, or does if you've been on Twitter. And if you've spent any time on Twitter at all, you'll know also that once again, Marvel's managed to be divisive. Where do you guys land on that, though? Also, shush. It's my first one the whole stream. Actually, no, I lied. It's my second one. I had one right at the beginning. But normally I'm more than that in. I'm trying to cut back. I'm going to get a hold of my doctor again on Chantix. So just shh. Yeah, what do you guys think? Adam Driver. As the smartest man on the planet. Or at least 1 or 1A, because he and Doom are basically equal, and occasionally one is smarter than the other for story purposes. First in. Again, I'm never pull it off, but he did always. Yes, I agree. I will say, I did not like his performance as Kylo Ren at first, but the more I saw of him, the more I'm like, okay, yeah, he's actually good, and I'm enjoying him. Yeah, that right there, Brooke, is one of the big sticking points. There are a shit ton of people out there who loved John Krasinski as Reed Richards and are definitely not happy about the Adam Driver choice. Most of them, like myself, think he'd make a better Doom. Although, I mean, yeah, he's been in other projects since Star Wars. I don't know how much he'd want to be in like a humongous blockbuster tentpole project in a mask again. You know, if I was him, I might not want to be, no matter how big a check they're writing. But then again, I could be bought. Richards and Doom, I feel pretty much similar. Supposedly here and the others, one of us have different motivations. I mean, yeah, and that's not even true all the time in the comics. Because there's a version of Reed called the Maker who is a massively powerful and massively douchey individual. Not super excited about him being cast, but well, yeah, he, there's definitely potential. Like insofar as just acting skill goes, it's a dub. Adam Driver is a damn fine actor. And I'll be honest, I'm not like any kind of Fantastic Four expert. So I personally don't have too much of a preconceived notion of Reed Richards other than what I know about the character. And I honestly think for the most part, Adam Driver can pull off what needs to be pulled off to make Reed Richards come to life. His look's a little bit off, but that can be mostly taken care of. So, I mean, I'm not like, yeah, Adam Driver, but I'm also not like, fuck Adam Driver. I'm optimistic, but I'm not woohoo, I guess you could say. I'm definitely not against it. I definitely do not think it's an L. Overall, it is probably a dub, honestly. What do you think, Jay? Or Alan? Or even Harris, if you're home yet? Of course, Harris, I can actually talk to you about all this shit tomorrow. Yes, by the way, guys, if you did not hear me mention it before, or if you missed it on the Discord, I'm going to be on Sidetrack again tomorrow at noon Eastern. If y'all want to check that shizzle out, we're going to be playing streaming service CEO and how we would handle certain stuff. It's going to be a hoot. I get to be Netflix. So after this, I got to do some homework because I only found out I was going to be on today. But I'm fucking stoked for it though, because it's more opportunity. to talk about more nerdy shit on stream, which obviously I love to do because here we are. So I'm pretty stoked about that. Anybody else got any thoughts about Adam Driver? Bueller. Bueller. Uh-oh. All right. Well, I will let the rest of chat think about it. Thank you, Brooke, for participating. I gotta go to the little boy's room. I'll be back. I'm just messing. I love you all. You know this. Guess who's back? Back again. Actually, it'll be fun. Just for shits and giggles. I'm going to play Josh music. Since I found it, I just think it'll be fun. Told you. Oh, totally. Totally, Brooke. You're absolutely right. Like when I found this earlier, I straight up I considered like screwing around with my intro and kind of making it a little bit like his just for shits and giggles, but then I'm like, I'm not gonna do that, at least not this week. I still may though at some point. A much later point now that I've told you about it, so you'll forget. But you know. But yeah, this shit that he chooses for his streams is super catchy and I enjoy it a lot. I don't consider it heresy to go ahead and use it now that I found it. Hopefully others won't consider it heresy either. It's fun fucking music. It's just fun fucking music, yo. Yeah. There. All right. It's that time. Time to talk Guardians. I know I asked for this already, but now that we're all here, everyone please throw into the chat. Please throw into the chat your score for the movie from 1 to 10. Guardians Volume 3, how do you feel? Yeah, I could have played the Red Skull too. I'm already closer to it than the guy that did. Okay, I'm done now. 8.5 out of 10. Hoping the Marvel's film coming late. Yeah. Yes, we can hope. We can definitely hope. What's up? Oh, yeah, bro. Just give me a couple seconds here. Guys, we're going to have a random special guest here in a second as soon as I figure out how to send him up. Oh, here we go. All right. Hopefully what I'm about to do will not fuck up the stream. Bear with me, guys. Bear with me. All right, here. So I just dropped it in the sidetrack chat. You speaking to 8 for Guardians? All right, dope. Yeah, that's what I thought too, Jay. I gave it an 8. As we can see, there's at least one MCU film for 2023 that a lot of people like since Quantumania kind of. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm thinking that's going to be the only MCU film that's going to be good this year. Now, I don't think that's going to be the only good Marvel film this year. I'm very much looking forward to Across the Spider-Verse, which is Marvel. It's Sony Marvel, but Sony evidently can do animation really well. They just can't do live action or the shit. But well, yeah. Yeah, I think so far as strictly MCU cinematic features go, I think we've already gotten the cream of this year's crop. Now, does anyone know anything about that little girl at the end? Because I don't know shit. I don't even remember her name right off the top of my head, but she was just like in that group of kid prisoners. Then all of a sudden she's in a Guardians uniform, and I'm like, who the fuck is this chick? I wasn't upset about it. I just don't know who the hell that little girl is. So if someone can fucking enlighten me, please do. But yeah, I mean, I enjoyed the movie. I dropped it right out of the theater short about it. If you guys ever want to go back and check that out, give me a couple views there too. That'd be dope. But sorry, I like this one too. As someone who is like a hardcore animal lover, some of that shit was like super intense, and I'm glad that there was a few parts with the high evolutionary where I'm glad they like cut from what he was about to do, because that shit was heavy. What'd you guys think about all the like actual fair amount of serious moments in that movie? Like that shit, a lot of that movie fucking smacked me upside the head and thumped me in the chest pretty fucking hard. Like no cap. Like when I thought Rocket was like, I'm actually relieved no one died. Honestly, I could have like I know we all thought someone was gonna die, and like I'm not gonna lie, there were literal fucking tears when I thought Rocket was gonna go. Like I was hit. I almost lost it when like Evolutionary killed his friends. Excuse me. But overall, I definitely enjoyed it a lot. There's a few gunny things about that, like that fucking biological space station and those fucking suits. I mean, but I definitely have to say, I was impressed with how little Gunn let himself gun overall. He right? Well, how about, dude, remember in the preview that scene where like Nebula's carrying fucking Quill, and then it turns out that's just her carrying him back drunk off his ass from the bar, and that was one of the scenes from the trailer that started a whole lot of this someone's dying speculation, and of course his name hit the list just from that scene. And all it was is, okay, he passed out drunk, now she's carrying him back to wherever the fuck he sleeps. When that happened, I was like, what the? Okay, I see how it's going to be now. James Gunn just has to fucking troll, doesn't he? Yeah, I agree with you there, Brooke. I mean, when he was doing his thing, like he was walking through the Guardians like they weren't even fucking there, bro. Like they weren't shy about showing like at least some of his capabilities. Again, I haven't read one Guardians comic book, so I don't know if this is supposed to be the way it is, but his dumbassery I found a bit annoying. I was not thrilled about that. Sorry, I just gotta check something new. In the comics, I think Adam is a user of the Soul Stone and he plays a role in fighting thing. Yes. Yeah, he oh shit. All right. I'm gonna get right with you in a second, Harris. I'm gonna finish talking to Brooke here about this real quick. Yeah. I think you're right on that one. If I recall correctly, he has a huge role in fighting Thanos. So then waiting to introduce him here is weird, and just making that jewel in his forehead kind of random, as opposed to it being the actual Soul Stone, like Vision had the Mind Stone. I think is how that goes. I'd have to check to be sure. No cap, real talk. Not gonna lie about that, but yeah, I just don't know if he's supposed to be that fucking stupid. That was a bit of a bummer. But when he's in full badass mode, oh, he can do some destruction, and I like it. All right, guys. I have here a new YouTube friend of mine from Sidetrack. He is a regular Sidetracker. I'm still just the guest guy. But please welcome Harris from Sidetrack.
Howdy, howdy, howdy. What's happening, man?
Hey, how you doing, man?
I'm good. Fucking pumped after all this Lord of the Rings stuff, you know?
Oh, yeah?
Doing good.
Cool. So was that a pretty good show then? Did you enjoy it?
I was surprised. The show overall is not my favorite show in the world, but
Right.
seeing it in a theater made it a hell of a lot better. And the first two episodes are I feel like a little better than some of the later ones. So, you know, I enjoyed it.
Can you see the chat? People are saying hi.
Oh, yeah. Let me check down here. Howdy, y'all. But no, it was really cool. Ishmael Cruz Cordova, the guy that played Arendir, the girl that played Galadriel was there, and then Disa and Durin were both there, the main dwarves. So it was cool.
Nice. That's cool.
And the costume designer was there. It was interesting.
Nice. Was that your first time actually watching the show? Was there?
No. I'd watched it, and yeah, it wasn't my favorite show at the end of the day, but it feels Lord of the Ringsy at least, which makes it fun. You can tell everybody actually loves it. I wish the writers knew what they were talking about maybe a little bit more, but it felt really cool. They all like it, and that was nice to see.
Nice.
Yeah.
You're not synced. No. I don't know if it's me or you. Whoop. There you are. And there I am.
Back.
Say something.
Howdy.
There you are. You're not synced now.
Not synced?
You're still not synced. No, let
Should
me
I
pop
leave
you out
and come back?
do something. Yeah, I'll pop you out real quick. All right. Yeah, you see if you can figure that shizzle out, buddy. There's nothing really new with Lord of the Rings. He was just talking about he actually got to go they were showing the series Rings of Power in a theater. So that's what he went to go watch. So he got to see that on the big screen. Let's try again. All right. I'm going to bring you back in.
Fingers crossed.
All right. You're synced up again.
Yeah. All right.
Yep. You're synced up again. Cool. All right. So just real quick, I don't know if you heard. I'm gonna go back over the first couple things I want to talk about. Then we will go Guardians ape shit. All right. So, item 1 on the list: the writer strike has caused Marvel to shelve Blade for now. I don't know if you'd heard that.
I did.
Yeah.
Not surprised though.
Right. But yeah, it's like it was supposed to start filming next month, I think.
Yeah, it was supposed to be like within a month, and once again, pushed back. At this point, it's what, the 4th, 5th time, 6th time that that's happened. It's like
that's one thing I was talking about earlier. It's like, I mean, they started off, Mahershala is the one that even went to fucking Feige in the first place. He's like, you need an MCU Blade, and I want to be him. Like, so they started working on it, and then that first script got done, and Mahershala's like, what is this garbage? Can that dude bring in another dude to punch that shit up? Not sure what happened to him, but now they're on their third writer at least.
Yeah, now it's the True Detective guy, I think. Yeah.
Yes.
Decent, but like, hey, I'm kind of glad that they pushed it back a little bit because now it gives him time to flesh out a little something. Because he can write well, but if you got Mahershala Ali, he came to Marvel after what, 2 Oscar wins, and like, come on, just let the guy work some magic,
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. It is.
Yeah. No, but
because MCU Blade, bring it. All right. Obviously, he's blinking. Yep. How am I looking now?
I don't know. I can't tell if I'm freezing, if you're freezing, or what's going on.
It was kind of both. Well, first it was you, then it was me, then it was both of us. Alrighty. Are we about done?
The internet's playing with us.
Oh, motherfucker. All right, there we go. Again. I swear, I feel like we're in fucking Endgame or Infinity War or some shit.
Some shit. We started talking a little shit on Marvel, and they were like, hold up. Let's play with your stream.
Yeah, right. Yeah. This dude's only got 87 subscribers, but fuck him anyway.
Hey, the mouse does not discriminate there. Right. They will take us all down.
No, I guess not. But yeah, so there's that. And then there's also, like, literally at this point, it seems like the only people who haven't announced this is Marvel, and that is Adam Driver is going to be Reed Richards. Where you at on that?
Please, honestly, I love the idea of him as Von Doom, but I like Richards as well. He's just an excellent actor. He can do anything, and hell yeah, man, I like Adam Driver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's some people who are still stuck on Krasinski out there, and there's I looked at some of the Twitter bitching, but I mean, dude can act his ass off. he obviously can play someone super intelligent. I mean, he just has that look. I mean, like the only, I mean, personally, I still think he'd make a better Doom than Reed, but
hello. Well, I guess I'm here for a second. Well, if I agree that I think he would make a better Doom than Reed, but I think my favorite fan casting per se would be like Henry Cavill as Reed Richards and then Adam Driver as Victor Von Doom. But vice versa, either way, I'm very happy with.
Yeah, Matt. I just got fucking kicked. You were actually running my stream there for a minute.
And for a second, I was like, okay, I'm gonna just talk about what we were talking about. I just said I really like the idea of Adam Driver as Von Doom, but I think Henry Cavill as Reed Richards and Adam Driver as Von Doom would be like my perfect thing. But I'm very happy vice versa as well, if that were to happen.
That thumping you're hearing is my nerd boner with that fucking
yeah, well, it happened, you know.
Yeah, that would be
Henry
dope.
Cavill.
I mean, I love Cavill. I've been a Cavill fan since he was on The Tudors on Showtime. Have you ever watched that?
I haven't, but I want to just for him, you know.
Oh, dude, it's so bad. I don't know if it's. Last I knew, it was still on Netflix.
Oh,
so, speaking of which, I gotta do my Netflix homework tonight.
Nah, I'm worried for Witcher 3. Not that worried because he's still there, but there's a reason he left, you know.
Yeah. See, I that's one of the many things I haven't gotten around to watching yet. That's been on my Netflix list for fucking forever.
The first two seasons are good in their own ways.
I've heard great things about it, but all right, enough diverging.
Fucking excellent.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm down for Driver as Reed. I am, but I'm the only one that I'm concerned about is all the stupid ass fucking Mila Kunis thing rumors. It was like
just anything but, honestly.
That would just be, and I'm a fairly progressive fella. Anyone who knows me knows that. Anyone who's been watching me knows that. That's just, there's some things you just don't mess with, and the first film of Marvel is one of them. The thing, at least to start with, when you're introducing the Fantastic Four into the MCU, like now, obviously there have been other movies about them, but this is going to be your MCU Fantastic Four going forward. So if you're just introducing them for the first time into your humongous new universe, it needs to be the actual original fucking team.
You know, just it makes sense. I don't know what they're thinking like that. If it would be like Bonita Grimm or what they name her,
Bonnie
Grimm. Yeah, that makes sense. But I don't get where that's coming from. I don't know if it just got kind of tossed out there as an idea, just as like floating out there, just to see what people would say.
It's definitely an idea that got kicked around more than a little bit, or we wouldn't have heard about it.
Exactly. So, that's the weird thing. Is just like, how high up did that go? And is that troublesome as well?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's going to happen. I really don't.
No.
I think I really honestly think this is like a bit of a feeler. You know how studios like to drop little feelers here and there. Generally, they do it in the trades, but that might have been a little test. And if so, I hope they got the fucking message. Don't mess with Ben Grimm, bro. Just not yet. Not now. You know,
who would you want for an actual Ben Grimm? Because that can go a lot of different ways.
I actually like Jason Segel for it. I think he'd be good. If he wasn't already busy in Thunderbolts, the dude that played Red Guardian would probably make a good Ben Grimm.
David Harbour would be great.
Yeah, David Harbour would make him.
Jason Segel would be great. I've always liked that idea. But honestly, can we just have Michael Chiklis back? I mean, he was the best person in that first movie, like casting wise, I think.
Oh yeah, no, he's I've loved Chiklis forever too. He's been great.
He's great. I did background work on that the Showtime show or whatever that is on HBO with all the Lakers stuff. And he was like right in front of me for like 10 minutes at one point of the day, and I didn't realize, and I just kind of looked up and I did a double take, and I was like, oh, just doing background work, just here, and then Michael Chiklis is hanging out. He wasn't saying anything. It was just like a shot of him in the crowd. But
Oh wow!
it was funny.
So you were like
Yeah.
by him?
Yeah, like he was like 2 rows or 3 rows in front of me, like in some bleachers.
No shit. That's dope.
Yeah.
Okay, how short?
They didn't
How
make a
short
big
is
deal of
he?
it or anything. He was 5'6", 7.
Okay, so
I'm
you
like
never get
5'8", 9, so he was just like a little shorter than me.
nice. That's
No.
cool though, Michael Chiklis.
It was cool. I just looked
Yeah,
down and
and
it
they
was
just
there.
brought him back. The problem is, I mean, I still think we're going to see him in Secret Wars because I'm pretty sure they're going to be screwing around with like everything Fox anyway. So we could
That'd be nice.
see a Michael Chiklis variant of him, just like we could see variants of the original Fox cast for them. And we already know they're
Yeah.
basically going to be doing the Fox mutants and give them their big send off in Secret Wars. So
Mm.
no reason why they
And
couldn't.
that's where I think we'll see
Okay.
Krasinski as well. For all the Krasinski holdouts, we'll just see him in Secret Wars and other things like that, you know?
Oh yeah, probably. I mean, there's no reason why they couldn't anyway. But all right, but yeah. So yeah, I think overall Driver's a dub.
I agree. No, dude, just great. I mean, there's a reason. What Tarantino was talking about doing a Rambo remake with him. Like, if Tarantino wants you, and they, oh yeah, I mean, it's one of those ideas, kind of like how Tarantino's written, or he didn't write completely. I think he co-wrote it with somebody. The Django and Zorro crossover. It's like a comic little series or something.
I didn't hear about that.
Yeah, no, it's. I think it's a little comic book.
The one big thing I heard about from him was the potential Tarantino Star Trek.
Yeah.
That would have been wild. That would have been just fucking wild.
Like, part of me hopes, just because he's floated out these ideas, like, hey, make 10 original movies, yes. But then fuck around in other people's universes. Have fun.
Yeah.
Why not?
Get in some sandboxes.
Yeah.
Maybe a couple of them not mine. Like, there's a couple I don't want him screwing around in, but there's plenty of sandboxes out there I think he could make up fun sandcastles with.
Like Star Trek. Like Django versus Zorro or whatever. Like,
yeah, Django versus Zorro would be dope. I love that movie. It was intense as fuck, but I love that movie.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of intense as fuck, does my chat freeze? But speaking of good intense, Guardians.
How'd you like it?
Dude, I'm giving it a solid 8. Not like an iffy 8 or high 7s, not quite 8.5, but a damn solid 8.
Okay.
I was definitely happy with it. Like I'm like a big animal lover, so some of that shit, and so is my wife. So some of that shit was pretty hard. Like, we were talking about it
it's
after.
hard.
And she was like, I'm so glad they stopped some of those scenes with the High Evolutionary where they stopped him. I was about to lose my shit. And I was like, yeah, I'm right there with you. And
they made it sad enough what we got.
Yeah, real talk. I'm glad the rumors about someone dying were wrong, because I walked in there fully believing someone was going to go. And when Rocket damn near died, no lying, real talk. I don't even care. Fuck everybody. I have tears, literal running fucking tears in that scene.
Oh, see, okay. I think I teared up at a couple times, but when they rolled down the face was whenever I was pretty sure Peter was dead. I was like, there goes Quill. Damn it, they did it. And then whenever he saw his grandpa, I was like, that's some sweet shit. And you know, my little Southern sentimental ass, I couldn't handle it. I was like, that's nice. Yeah. But I was like the same. Like I was subvert my fucking expectations. Like, go in there thinking everyone's gonna die, and then it's the sweetest kind of movie at the end of the day. Even though it was super sweet because they went through all the crazy stuff and all the animal cruelty just on Rocket and everything. But God, it ended up being great, man. Yeah.
What'd you think of the High Evolutionary? I thought Wuji or whatever his fucking name is just dominated that, like, hard.
He was creepy as hell. I loved it. He was I'm like, I think I told you in that group chat earlier, I just wasn't a fan of Peacemaker, and I was worried about all of this going in. He was a good part of Peacemaker, and he was maybe one of the best parts of this movie.
Yeah.
And to be that good with like so little time, I guess, to establish the character. I mean, he did damn well with what he had.
Yeah, for sure.
Uh-huh.
For sure. Now, how much do you know about like the actual comics at all? 'Cause I have just a question.
Hit or miss. Hit or miss.
Okay, was in the comics, was Adam Warlock ever that fucking dumb? Do you know?
I don't know. I don't
Okay.
think so though. I
I was
wouldn't
just
imagine.
wondering because that was, I mean, when he was just being a badass and like when he first flew into nowhere and just walked through everybody, I was like, "Damn!"
Beast mode. It was awesome. That was awesome.
Yeah,
But he
but
does.
then,
They dumb him down a little too much. I hope they kind of bring that
I
out
mean,
further on as they
they
develop.
kinda explain it away by like he's a child. Okay, whatever, but still, bro. I mean, if
By
you're
movie 2,
you're
we
not,
better be from baby Groot to teenage Groot, something like that, at least. You
yes,
know, like
definitely, because I mean, yeah, powers
that.
wise, totally down. Like his penchant for grabbing people and just ramming them through everything he finds is just like, damn.
That was badass. No,
That
he was
was
great.
dope. I'm like, wow. And he just
Beat
that
the
was
shit
like
out of Drax.
all the action scenes were really done well. Like this movie
Uh,
was just visually, period. This movie was a complete 180 from Quantumania.
yeah, really.
Like all the VFX were tight as shit. The action sequences were fucking just in depth and dope. We got another badass hallway scene.
I was just thinking the hallway scene, but you also said VFX was really tight and great, and it really was, which is kind of funny because it's all Victoria Alonso who, you know, made Quantumania not look as great, and of course there's a reason I guess she's moving on from the company.
Got moved on.
Yeah, got moved on from the company.
Yep.
Is this her last movie? Because hers was like the second name that popped up, you know, after Feige.
No. She's got to be on the Marvels too, especially
Marvels. Okay, she wouldn't be on
Marvels.
like Thunderbolts or anything that far away.
No, at least not
No.
anymore.
Yeah.
No, but she's probably still on the Marvels, and
Correct.
her influence on that movie probably goes farther than just the VFX, given what I know about her.
That makes sense. Yeah. Well, I mean, hell, everything looked good on this movie. I just was I was surprised to see the name pop up, especially as like early in the credits. But damn, no, the movie was great. The hallway scene was.
I mean, think about it. Like by the time we see a movie, like everyone whose name is going to be on it's been on it for like 6 months minimum.
Yeah, like at minimum, because post is 6 to 9 months. And in
Exactly.
a Marvel freaking movie, they're still shooting half that time too.
Yeah, so I don't think her name's going to be off Marvel product till next year. Honestly, I think.
Okay, that makes sense.
So, but yeah, I was quite impressed with the visuals being tight. Gunn only got gunny a little bit, and that was a big relief for me too.
Yeah, very much so. Because I mean, man, I don't want to be too harsh online and open in public or anything, but I think he's really like the issue we've had with not just comic book movies, but movies in general in the last decade. Like I adore Guardians of the Galaxy and the second one. I like the second one a whole lot too. But movies like change, specifically in the MCU. Like that same year, the other movie that we got in Marvel was what, Winter Soldier, and that's badass spy action thriller. And after that, every single Marvel movie, even Civil War, which was still more spy thriller esque, you know, it just gets a little more campy. There's more jokes, and film kind of, because films kind of following the MCU in general. So I think after all that, like super hardcore on the joke kind of campiness got ingrained and everything, it just found its way into other films as well. But that's why I was worried about this, because I wasn't a big fan of Suicide Squad. I didn't dislike it, but I wasn't a big fan, and then I really didn't like Peacemaker.
Like so you're talking the 2021, like the Suicide Squad.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. James Gunn Suicide Squad, yeah.
Yeah.
I just it didn't hit
Yeah,
me.
I like.
Moments
I'm gonna be that I walked out of, or I not walked out because I didn't go to the theater to see it. Oh, there, okay, I'm back. I After I finished that movie, I had the exact same feeling as I did when I finished Love and Thunder, which was, what the fuck was that? Yeah. Go
Love
ahead,
and
check this
Thunder.
shit out though.
But no, it just
Yeah.
Suicide Squad wasn't any good. Peacemaker wasn't any good. I was worried as hell about this one because of that. But it was like not only a
Yeah.
return to form for like Marvel and James Gunn to a way or to a degree. It's just it was super well done. I hope they all just take some kind of lesson from this. I don't know exactly what lesson each and every one of them is going to take from it, but everybody over at
Well,
Marvel needs to.
you saying that is a perfect segue to this comment I'm about to pop up. This happened when he went to Guardians.
Ah,
When he went to Guardians,
where?
this happened. Dallas area.
Okay, really, that's nice. A little DFW in there.
Mhm.
Ah,
Yeah, there's a Marvel rep at the theater, and they handed out a survey.
that's cool. That's
That's
nice.
very cool, especially
Yeah.
because the survey after that movie is probably going to be a hell of a lot better than one they would have gotten after fucking Quantumania.
Yeah, that's the
You
truth
know?
too. And I feel like DFW is just a great spot. I'm a little biased because that's where I was born in Fort Worth and went to college a little bit in Fort Worth. But it's like it's a big city still, but it's like middle America, and it's a good amalgamation of people still. It's a good, I feel like, consensus like to survey. Versus you survey people out in LA, you're gonna get a bunch of people that are obsessed with movies, so you're gonna get like hyper specific people about yada yada. You
Yes.
survey somebody in Mississippi, they're not gonna know anything about something, in like
Right.
Biloxi or something. You know,
Yeah. Well,
they're gonna know about gambling.
we're not overflowing with expertise up here in Michigan either, but we're at least trying. I'm trying.
But that's still like Detroit area would be a great place to survey just because you
Oh
got
yeah.
like your average Joes everywhere. You got your people like, but it's still a
Oh,
big city.
we got a little
Mhm.
bit of everything up in here.
Yeah, good
Like
amalgamation.
all like a lot of different. Well, we've got basically just about all the main cultures and all the various income levels, at least, and all of it basically with somewhere in Wayne County. So it's
Nice.
but yeah. What else? Oh, yeah. You know what? That could be a reason.
Yeah. No, I was just reading that comment. That makes perfect sense. That's cool though. And I wouldn't think Cinemark would have corporate buildings in Dallas. Good place to be. Tejas.
Yeah. Uh. So yeah, High Evolutionary was dope. We went over how'd you think about like the actual like ending, like how they split everyone up and
I liked it. I went in
concluded the
there.
arcs?
Yeah,
How'd you,
no, I went in there. My friend and I, we were betting on who was gonna die. We were like, all right,
Mhm.
so Drax is gone for sure. I don't. I was like, they're not gonna do Rocket in. I said they're not gonna do Star Lord in, but they're gonna like push him out and let him go on like his own adventure. Which okay, I got that one right. But everybody else, I just expected to like die or get shoved off in like a different segment of like the universe or something. Not really. It was. I like the new team. I like what everybody's doing. I don't know why Mantis is going off on her own necessarily. I think that could be cool, but does that mean that actress's contract is up? Is Palm Clementief's contract up, and they just don't know what to do with her now, or what? Is
I,
kind of my
I
question.
I think we're gonna get. I mean, setting aside Batista because he's done, and
Which I was shocked that he didn't die just because of everything that he said and everything.
right. Well, I mean, they wrote it in a way where they can basically just ignore him or name drop him, and they'll be
That's
covered.
true.
I mean, he's super dad now. He's not Drax the Destroyer. He's Drax the Daddy now, which is actually kind
Yeah,
of cool, honestly.
I like it too. He's just kind of hanging out on nowhere, just raising kids and animals, I guess. Like the Marvels, like the movie.
Yeah.
Because Because I don't know.
Someone
How are you
at Marvel is at least trying to get a clue, or has one and wants to confirm their clue.
That's smart.
And
That's good.
and by the way, if their thesis is anything like how I feel about stuff, they're right, and they're gonna get all the fucking proof they need.
Damn right. Well, what are you feeling on Marvels? Or any excitement at all, or?
I'm gonna go see it because I'm just curious enough about it. Well, I'm gonna go see it for a few reasons. One, unlike evidently a lot of people, I actually enjoyed Captain Marvel.
I didn't.
There's
I don't have a problem with it. It's very like studio made, but I don't have a problem with it.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people more have a problem personally with Brie Larson than they do with the movie, because it was actually a pretty decent movie. It was pretty entertaining. I enjoyed it. I also, despite the hell yeah, they do, Jay. Fuck yeah. I also enjoyed the Ms. Marvel series. I think the girl that plays Kamala Khan is just adorable, and she's fun. So
I like her a lot. I like that she's such a big fan. But that's the
Yes.
one series I haven't watched because I like her as a person, and I think I like the character. I don't know that much about Miss Marvel at all, so I'm just kind of like, I don't want it. It has a good space in my mind right now, and I'm really not a big fan of most of the other shows, so I don't want it to be tainted if I actually watch it. If you know what I mean. You know?
I enjoyed the show overall. Out of the MCU Disney Plus shows that were part of Phase 4,
I
think overall, outside of Loki, it's probably the best one.
Okay. See, I Mr. Sci-Fi nerd sometimes over here. Loki pissed me off. I really liked the first episode and I really liked the last episode, but everything, and I liked the second to last episode. But besides that, I was just like, what is this show doing? But my favorite is just What If as of now. Honestly, I don't know.
Have you watched any? Did you watch any of the Visions?
Star Wars Visions?
Yeah. Did you watch any of that yet?
Hell yeah, I watched all of them.
See, I haven't watched all of them yet. I just watched the ones with Josh on Thursday night that you watched.
What are you thinking on those?
Oh, so the first one was dope as fuck. Second one was pretty good.
No,
I think it was the fifth one we watched after that. That one was fucking dope.
Okay.
If I recall correctly. But yeah, the ones we watched on the watch party I enjoyed. I still have to check out the rest of them.
Yeah.
I think
I like every single one. I think it's more consistent.
Was it the third one that the Wallace and Gromit studio did? Because my wife fucking loved Wallace and Gromit.
I don't know. The third one does look a little more claymation.
Okay, yeah, that's
maybe the fourth. I think the fourth one would make more sense. If I had to guess, it'd be the I Am Your Mother. It would be Wallace and Gromit studio, just from the way that looks. Because it's like a space race kind of deal. Not a space race. It's like a pod race, but on a planet, just in cruisers.
Yeah, I think that's the one. Because there was another claymation. It was the one with the sisters. That one was very claymation looking too.
Yeah, that was the third one. That's the other one I thought you might have been talking about.
Okay. Yeah, no, that one's pretty cool. That one was actually decent.
I thought the entire season was. I didn't think it had as good as episodes as the first season, but I thought overall it was consistently better. If that makes sense, because there were just two episodes I didn't like the first one.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I got to finish watching it, but what I've seen so far, I've enjoyed a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So,
it's a lot of like sweet, simple.
Yeah. Now, again, my ignorance is all over the place on this one. That little girl in the first credit scene that ended up being part of Guardians, just kind of out of nowhere. Do you know who the hell that character is?
She's a character that's supposed to be Marvel's daughter, but there's no way they can. It's like it's not Quasar. I know it's not that. That's a whole different character, but it's like something. It starts with a Q and then something. I'm not. I can't remember, but
okay.
She's got cool powers. Her eyes change colors and do a bunch of things.
All right, yeah, because it looked like at the very end of that when they were about to go attack them, whatever the hell those critters were that were about to stampede over, but like her hands started glowing, kind of.
Yeah,
like Marvel
she's supposed
style.
to have Captain Marvel's powers, essentially.
Oh, okay. Well, that explains
But
that then.
but I don't know how they're gonna make it because obviously Marvel was like Annette Bening's character, and so it's a little different.
Yeah,
But we'll
and
see.
she's dead. So yeah, they're gonna have to fuck around with that one. So
She did.
um, yeah, and it was overall I thought it was a pretty damn good movie, and it was definitely. I mean, was it enough to make me go woohoo? Marvel's fucking back? No, because I know what's coming. But is it
Uh-huh.
enough? Is it enough to get me through till 2024? Maybe just. And if Secret Invasion is fucking dope the way I think it's going to be, then it will be.
I've got my fingers crossed. This is like we were talking about Winter Soldier a little bit earlier. That's still my singular favorite Marvel movie. So
Yep,
that's
mine
like
too. That is my favorite MCU movie out of
I
all 30
love
whatever
that
there are.
movie.
That movie's fucking
It's
nice.
so good. It's so good. I don't care. I love watching all those behind the scenes things where it shows like that's the Marvel movie that's had like the most like you can see the electric crew over in this corner of this shot and you can do that, but you're not paying any attention to it because you're just so high flung on that action. It's damn good.
Out of the solo movies, like the ones that all have like sequels in their own little groups,
Uh
the Captain Americas are the best ones. Like out of the solo trilogies, like all three Captain Americas rank above the three Iron Mans and the four Thors and the three Guardians. Just like overall, I find the Captain America movies to be the best ones outside of Infinity and Endgame. Period.
I'm
And I
with
still
you.
think Winter Soldier is the best MCU movie out there.
Guardians is probably like right up second for me, and then I was really a big fan of Ant-Man, and I like Ant-Man and the Wasp more than I think your average Joe does, but I was sad with Quantumania, of course. Not too sad. I still like it as like a fun B movie, but that's not what I was expecting from it. I wanted
Yeah.
that big
Well,
old
that's one I'm probably not gonna. I'm definitely not gonna watch again until it hits streaming, and
yeah
even then, only when I kind of feel like it, just because I want to feel like completing the trilogy because I'm that guy.
yeah. That
You
might be
know.
one that I might not ever watch again unless I'm watching that trilogy or watching like chronological MCU or something.
Mm-hmm. Oh well, see, I'm never gonna clap eyes on Love and Thunder again ever. I don't care. I'll just scroll right past it on Disney Plus every time. Scroll up, scroll by. I will not put my eyeballs on that fucking piece of shit again.
I love the way Taika Waititi works. Like every single other project he's done, I absolutely adore. Just there was no way to Frankenstein that together right. It's just you couldn't. It was just,
Like,
and
he
I
went
still want to
full
know what
mushroom.
Lena Headey would have done.
He went full mushrooms on that movie, or peyote, or something. Like, fuck, bro.
You're supposed to do all the mushrooms and peyote prior to the writing process, or maybe during it a little bit, and then edit that up, and then make the movie based off of your whole your trips or whatever. I mean, typically, you're not supposed to trip the
The
entire damn
god
time
of
you're making
fucking
movies.
dumplings.
The guy Bow is over
The
here.
god of fucking dumplings.
I'm
Between that
excited
and
for
the goddamn goats.
you know what I'm just desperately waiting for just to make me a little happier with Taika?
The goat screams every time it hits the screen. Huh?
No, the goat screams piss me off. But no, I'm desperately waiting for more What We Do in the Shadows just to kind of make my Taika pissed offness go away a little bit. Just a little bit.
Right. Yeah. At this point, like, they're still talking about his Star Wars movie, and I'm like, no. Please no. Please no. No. You've already fucked up one of my sandboxes a bit. Don't no. Stay the hell out of my other one. Just no.
Yeah.
Go make your fun shit about anything else you want. Hell,
I was
go
so
play with
excited
James.
at first, but
yeah. Like, go play with James. Excitement. Go see what you can do and fuck around in DC. I mean, him and James Gunn together, they create some interesting shit.
Yeah, no, that actually be really fun. But at the same time, Taika works best in like small, confined stories. He does a good comic book movie, but I think he does a lot better doing like Hunt for the Wilder People or Jojo Rabbit or What We Do in the Shadows or anything like that, where he's still making a lot of freaking money and doing a lot, but I guess it's just not that same blockbuster level, you know.
Yeah.
But shit, he's hired for Akira. Like, come on.
Yeah, Civil War is also really good. Like I said, the Captain America titles are the best title grouping overall, outside of Avengers themselves.
Yeah. Well, honestly, they're probably even better than Avengers. Just I don't maybe Age of Ultron and Endgame as good as the others.
I think only because so many people were like turned off by Ultron for whatever reason. I wasn't. I love Ultron, but I guess a lot of people did not.
I enjoy it, but it's just I feel like it could have been so much more, you know.
Yeah, they could have done
more.
Yeah, that's another thing. How do you get fucking Christian Bale, one of the top 5 actors of our fucking time? I don't care what anyone says.
Maybe ever.
And then barely use him. Like, most of his god butchering was off screen. We just heard about it. We only really got to see him kill the one at the beginning, and that was it.
Yeah, I don't even remember them mentioning anything else. Like, because they weren't even scared of him. The gods were never scared of him. Thor was the only one that ever really got scared of him.
Well, Russell Crowe talked about him in the Olympus scene, but he was super dismissive. Like, oh, that's not. Yeah, those were all just weak gods anyway. They don't matter. We'll be fine. Yeah, Christian Bale posed.
Yeah, man, Christian Bale, and I like the way Hela ends in Thor Ragnarok, but once again, like, hey, if you got Cate Blanchett and you got Christian Bale, keep them. There's no reason to get rid of them that quickly.
Well, that is one of the, I think, biggest overall complaints is the MCU doesn't really keep villains around. Like, not even out.
When they bring them back, it's like Corey Stoll and Quantumania, and you're just like screwed over with the half-assed version of it. Even Civil War with Crossbones is like, this was a great scene, but it could have been a great character further on.
Oh, yeah. Sure.
Mm-hmm.
I need to beg your indulgence for like a minute. So just like, do some Texas blathering or some shit. I'll be right back.
Hey, I can do that. Because MCU does have a villain problem, according to Brooke Chin. I agree with him. Yeah, no. Huh? No. Honestly, what's the best MCU villain that we've had as of recent was... I mean, I think High Evolutionary, but prior to that, I like Kane as a character, as a concept. I didn't necessarily like the way he was used. Damn, that's actually kind of a difficult question because Namor was a decent villain, but it was more of like an anti-hero-esque villain because obviously he'll be set up to do a lot more. He's just kind of looking out for his own people and nobody else. I guess he is pretty warring and aggressive, but maybe Wanda from Multiverse of Madness. I think Wanda, because I like Multiverse a lot. I don't love it, but I really like it. The more I watch it, the less I like it. So I've kind of seen it like 3 times. I was like, all right, no more. that's it. But Wanda, I like that Sam Raimi was actually allowed to make her like horror-esque, like she's coming out of that gong in the Kathmandu castle or whatever it's called. I like it.
Bro.
Karmatage, Kathmandu. I was like, I'm just naming Cat Stevens songs just to be safe. Gore could have easily been the best villain since Thanos. Damn right he could have. He should have been. Christian frickin' Bale again. Cate Blanchett might have been my favorite just villain, but that was 2017. I don't know. I'd probably go.
Cate Blanchett looks psycho 24/7 anyway.
It's great. I'm still. I'm in the minority of it. I love Everything Everywhere All at Once. I saw it 6 times in the movie theaters. It was my favorite film of last year. But I haven't watched it. Oh, it's great. If you like multiverse stuff, just like the concept of it, it is a really good movie. It's sweet, and then it's got a bunch of stuff going on, but it's really good. But
I've heard that.
Cate Blanchett should have won for Tar. I love Michelle Yeoh, and she deserves it. She 100% deserves it. But Kate Blanchett should have won, in my opinion. And as much as I love Ki Kwan too, Barry Keoghan for Banshees of Inisherin, playing an autistic dude in Ireland in the middle of the 1800s is like just very screw Gilbert Grape. That's a whole different animal. And then
Right.
Jamie Lee Curtis, again, I love her, but Stephanie Hsu, I don't know how to say her last name very well, but the girl from the same movie, I would have given it to her over Jamie Lee, But I still would have given Oscars to Everything Everywhere All at Once if I was the voter, because damn good.
Right.
Yeah.
Definitely
check it out.
Were you talking some Multiverse of Madness when I returned from dealing with the processed energy drink?
Just a little bit. We're talking about like MCU villains and who was the best one since prior to Guardians. Who was your favorite villain? I guess before. Who's your favorite most recent villain out of all the MCU movies, not including Guardians? I guess is the way to word it.
Well, since they took her that way, Wanda. But I just fucking love Wanda. Period. Anyway.
I love the character, and I love Elizabeth Olsen too. So it's just full package.
Oh yeah, she's just a good actress in general, as well as being like pretty.
Oh yeah, have you ever seen Wind River?
No, I have not.
It's a smaller film. It's the guy that makes all like the Yellowstone TV shows and all that stuff. He directed it, but it's her and Jeremy Renner, and she's an FBI agent and he's like a local cop. And they're having to deal with some stuff on like a reservation, and there's a bunch of like fighting and stuff that breaks out, but it's sad as hell, but it's just a nearly perfect movie, and they're both great in it. Oh, Hawkeye and Wanda.
Nice. That's dope. But yeah, I love Multiverse of Madness, but I love Sam Raimi. Sam
Raimi's the best.
Ever since my best friend Rob introduced me to Evil Dead at college, I've been like, Raimi. I love Raimi.
Have you seen Evil Dead Rise?
I haven't seen that yet.
Me either, but I'm desperate. I love everything Sam Raimi.
I mean, the previews look fucking dope.
Yeah, I was shocked. Definitely
I watched the remake of it that came out. It's been like 3 years since that came out, right?
Oh no! The remake was 2013, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, it was a while ago.
Yeah, it's like
Dead Rise is a direct sequel to that. It is.
I don't. I think it's. I think it's a reboot, a sequel to that, a sequel to Evil Dead 2, and a sequel to Army of Darkness, like all at once. But
okay.
I read an article about it. Apparently, it does some weird things like Evil Dead always does, like I guess with their timeline and everything. But which just makes me more excited to watch it, honestly, because I love when Raimi does weird shit.
I mean, the Red Band trailer was just amazing.
I was pumped. I went out of town while the week it came out, which has kept me from seeing it. But damn, it was good. I saw Pope's Exorcist instead of it one night while I was back in town.
Oh, how was that? Because I
like Pope's Exorcist. Was good. It was good. It was kind of campy in some places, but it worked really well. Like Russell Crowe with an accent while he's being serious, but not too serious, is money. Have you seen that deleted scene from Thor: Love and Thunder with him actually being serious and handing the lightning bolt to Thor?
No. I'm kind of glad
It's great.
I'm sure it is, which makes me kind of glad I haven't seen it, because that just pissed me off about that movie more. If that's even
it pisses me off so much, because at the same time it would lead into some Lena Headey, I think, because Cersei Lannister was supposed to be a big part of Thor: Love and Thunder, and they paid her $12 million to not be in the frickin' movie.
That's a shame on a lot of levels too.
Yeah. Which nope. Thor: Love and Thunder. That's always a sore subject,
Yeah. But I will say I'm quite happy. I mean, I don't know if this is the most proper word, but Guardians, at least on some level, Volume 3 was a relief, if you know what I'm saying. Like it was just kind of like, because after what we've been seeing for the last couple of years, there's no way anyone's. I mean, unless you're a complete fucking like one of those fans that just you slap the label on that they like, and it doesn't matter what's in
Yeah.
it, you love it. Like one of those super hyper positive people. Unless you're one of those people, you're gonna be walking into that movie like, what the fuck? And not
Yeah.
just because of the most recent Marvel content in general, but also because Gunn. That's like kind of two things to worry about. It's a gun-made movie, and when Marvel's been weak for 2 fucking years, for the most part, not completely, but for the most part. So yeah, anyone with like two nerdy brain cells that shake hands like once a week is going to walk into that movie a little bit nervous.
Oh yeah, no,
And
I'm an optimistic bastard in general, but I was nervous as all get out walking into it. But thank you for making it all right, James Gunn.
So yeah, in a way, I have to say it was a relief overall.
Oh, very much, yeah, very much so. It was just like, I mean, it's kind of a return to form, and that was what was relieving about it. I guess it was just so nice. But thinking that, what do you think about Superman Legacy now after Guardian? Because I was not excited about Superman Legacy being written by James Gunn at all, just because of the way Peacemaker and Suicide Squad was written. But after Guardians, can he handle that? If he's in that mindset right now in filmmaking mode and it's going that deeper kind of thing, what you think?
If he can maintain it, there's a chance. Unfortunately, I am a bit worried because at least when he was making Guardians, he was still technically had to answer to Kev. And over at
That's
DC,
true.
he is Kevin. So he's going to have
even higher up than Kevin.
Exact. No,
Which is
no,
wild.
he's Kevin to Zaslav's Iger. They're the same relationship.
I think Feige has like a layer or two of red tape before he gets to Iger, technically. Like Board and then somebody else, and then I'm pretty sure Safran and Gunn are like right next to Iger, right next to Zaslav, where Feige does have red tape.
I thought when they made him both creative director and president that he just goes directly to Iger now.
I think it's a hell of a lot closer.
No,
but I don't know if it's like right there just yet.
No.
I don't know.
Okay, fine. In general terms.
Yeah. All the specificities that we don't really yet know. We're guessing.
Well, yeah. In general terms, Feige, Zaslav, or I mean, yeah, Feige, Gunn, Iger, Zaslav. How's that perfectly legal tobacco you got there?
Oh, it's delicious and delightful.
Good.
It's gonna make dinner so much better.
Oh, what you having?
I'm about to cook up some chicken wings, I think.
Nice. Oh yeah, I don't think anyone else is aware. He's speaking to us from the City of Angels itself. Harris is out. Harris is out in LA. That's why he can speak to all these other movies that I'm just sitting here going,
Oops. Yeah, I'm just a Texan stranded out here. I like movies too damn much, and I guess I'm not going back for a little while because of it.
Well, hey, dude, it's whatever works for you. That's all. If it makes you happy. If it makes you happy. Go on, do that shit.
I will be back in Texas by 2030, though.
Oh yeah.
It has to happen. I've been in my 20s here. That's it.
There you go.
If I can afford it, I'll always have a place here. But that's if I can afford it because of the price.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So
I remember my 20s, kind of. I partied a lot in my 20s. Of course, this was also.
Yeah.
Well, my 20s occurred from like 95 to 2005. So.
Well, that's a good time, though. That's a great time.
It was actually. It was pretty fun in that the early 2000s were dope. I do have to say. The early 2000s
just being a little kid in that time period was awesome. I can only imagine actually like being able to live around that time. It'd be fun as hell. Now it's a struggle to do shit, but you know what? I make it fun no matter what because you got to.
Yeah, they definitely the dumbness of the Warlock was a bit off-putting.
It was not necessary. I really hope the next one is a lot more like mature, just not even emotionally, just mentally able to
Yes.
handle stuff in a conversation.
They're gonna. I mean, they're gonna have to mature him some. Like they have to. Like they have to.
If he's hanging out with King Groot, he's got to do something, you know.
Yeah. I kind of like jacked up Groot. You know,
It was cool.
roided up Groot. It's kind of sweet, as opposed to like the. I mean, he was big in the first Guardians, but he was much more lanky.
Yeah.
Now he looks like he's been training with like fucking professional bodybuilders and just juicing the shit. You know?
He's badass. I mean, but before he was even like badass, like at the very end. I mean, just the way he was moving the whole movie was cool. I like. I mean, him in the hallway scene particularly was fucking money.
Yeah, the guy that was in the mocap suit for that did a damn fine job.
Brooke Chin just talked about when he had the multiple arms and the blasters and that high
when they were when they were in the evolutionary's office or whatever.
Yeah, that was cool.
That was dope.
I really do like how Peter Quill had the exact same thought about jumping out the window that Chris Pine had in Dungeons and Dragons. Just jump. Someone's gonna catch you.
Right. See, I have not yet seen D&D. I need to see that.
It was awesome. You'd love it.
I probably will. I mean, I like Chris Pine, and I love tabletop RPGs anyway. Like I love D&D. I love another game. You ever heard of Rifts?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't ever even played D&D, but I know I'd love it.
I've played both. I played a lot of Rifts in college, which is why I didn't finish college. But I played a lot of Rifts in college, and that game was dope. Well, the guys I was playing with were cool, so that helped a lot. That game, when it's being run well and you enjoy the people you're playing with, that game's dope as fuck. Like I would if I could find someone to fucking run games like that for me to be a part of, I'd still do it now. Shit. Of course, I don't know how I'd find time between like my actual job and now this fun YouTube and shit I like doing.
You know, there's always time for some good things, though.
Oh yeah.
But I hate to do it to you, but dude, I might have to run. I might have to run.
Right, because I'm at 223 right now. So,
damn, that's actually that's a great stream.
Yeah, go into my lives. I average 2 hours. I think I've had maybe 2 streams out of all the ones I've done be less than 2 hours.
Damn.
So far.
Yeah, no, I'm like 30 minutes.
So
the Sundays are long for me.
I'd say you're getting stretched out on sidetrack, are you?
Yeah, but it's fun, you know. By myself, I'm more of a 30 minutes because I'll just start rambling for too damn long, you know. But yeah.
Well, that no, like real talk. That's how I make it to 2 hours. If I just don't shut the fuck up. Like ask anybody, they'll tell you. I don't know why, but they actually listen to me ramble. I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Hey, rambling's fun.
I'm a blatherer. For sure.
Me too. If you've never noticed.
What?
Huh? But no, yeah, I'll see you tomorrow, brother.
Yeah, for sure. Enjoy your wings.
Riding early, bushy tailed, because you know we're the US
early for you because that's noon for. I like literally have the best time because Jay and Matt start at 5 p.m. their time, so like they've already had to go through their whole fucking day and deal.
That's such a weird time to start,
right? And deal with that bullshit.
You
have to get out of bed because it's a 9 a.m. start time for you, so you got to get out of bed for blinkers and coffee.
It's okay. I'm not much of a religious person, but now my church is sci-fi, so you know it's not too shabby.
Right, but you still got to get up on a Sunday morning. I mean, blinkers and coffee help, but you still got to get up early on a Sunday.
Damn right. Damn right.
But me, that's fucking high noon for me, bro.
That's actually like sweet. It's the sweet spot. Right
beautiful.
There.
It gives me time to do some shit in the morning beforehand, which tomorrow morning is going to be a lot of Netflix research, so I can fill in for Matt appropriately.
You're Netflix and I'm Disney, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. And Jay's Amazon. Yeah.
Jay's Prime.
Makes sense.
Not a shocker because that's where most of his connects are. So.
All the Prime people today. I bet I saw somebody he knows and I had no idea. but maybe
It's possible.
it's very possible.
I wouldn't give it a super high likelihood, but it's definitely possible.
No, yeah, it's possible. Because I mean, he's talking to plenty of people, which is kind of interesting. But yeah,
I would love to know. I want to stumble into something like that just once. I just want one scooper leaker to like find me fun to talk to, you know?
like I
Just one.
haven't ever asked him how it happened, but that's something to ask like after the show or something. And
Oh yeah, well yeah, I
he'll
definitely
tell us.
wouldn't ask during the show. That'd be like you would lose everything if he even remotely went into that subject.
Well, how did they come to get you? Well, so and so direct messaged me here and then showed up at my house and sent me this. It was a whole James Bond thing, you know.
Right.
That'd be cool.
Right.
But all right, I'm running out of here. I think I'm being beckoned to cook some chicken. You know.
All right, man. Enjoy your mother clucker, and I will see you tomorrow.
Sounds like a plan, brother.
Thanks for popping in, man. I really appreciate it. You're welcome anytime, bro. You are welcome.
Thank you for inviting me. I'll come whenever you want me to, and you're always welcome on MCube too, because I haven't been live streaming a bunch, but come on. But all right, brother.
All right, man. Have a great night.
See ya.
See ya. Well, that was Harris. He's a fun motherfucker. I hope you all enjoyed having him here. I did. I hope you guys enjoyed the talk. I did. I have no idea what's even going on with my music right now. Yeah, for whatever reason, I can't hear him in my headphones, so I have to literally listen to him. I need a new rag. Oh, that ain't bad. All right. So, yeah, it's time to go night-night, or at least it's time for me to get off here, because as you just heard, I have a little bit of homework to do before I guest on Sidetrack with him and Jay tomorrow. So that happens at noon Eastern, by the way. There's I threw a link up in the Discord. Oh yeah, no, yeah, Harris is cool. Thanks, man. Appreciate that. So, yes, it is that time. Everyone enjoy whatever remains of your Saturday evening. If you're not doing anything around noon Eastern, pop into that Sidetrack stream. It'll be a fun talk for sure. Yeah. Actually, I'm going to listen to music for a bit. Too late as usual. But, oh, there it goes. All right. Thanks, Brooke. Thanks, Justin. And everyone else that popped in the chat. Alan. Well, let me scroll. Pretty sure there was one more name. Maybe it was just three. Oh, obviously Harris popped in there. No, this is just three. That's all right, though. Yeah, so, yeah, Harris is a cool guy. He's a very fun guy. I like him. I'm glad you guys did, too. I'm glad you had a good time on the stream tonight. As usual, I always do. You guys know I love this shit. I say it every fucking week in every video. Literally, every single time. But, yeah. But yeah, so I hope you enjoyed the information in our talk tonight, and I will see y'all next time. Like I said, I've got a video idea that's been ruminating, and I think I'm going to go with it. So be on the lookout for an actual video finally again next week. And yeah, pop in tomorrow if you can, if you feel like. And other than that, I will see you next time. And may we all stay nerdy. And like I always say, there's always a good time to be had when you're chilling in the basement.